Our today's lesson is lesson number 2, properties of matter. So open your science books to page number 16. Let's see some properties of matter. In this lesson, we are going to see some properties of matter. Some of these properties we can see with our eyes, we can feel with our senses. There are some properties we can measure them. So scientists, they are always studying each and every object in very detail by observing them, by measuring them. Let's see what are the properties that can be measured. Measure properties. Many properties can be measured. Scientists measure accurately. For example, you can measure temperature and weight. Weight is how heavy an object is. We had already studied in the previous lesson that we can see by touching and feeling that how hot or cold a water or maybe ice cube is, a glass of water and ice cube is by touching only. But there are some ways to measure the temperature accurately, just like scientists do. And here we can see different devices, different tools that we can use to measure the temperature of different things. Here, this is the thermometer. These are all different types of thermometers. So they are used to measure the temperature, exactly how hot or how cold a thing is. It's a common practice that when we are going to some farmers market, some grocery shops, they are always weighing or measuring things for us. We ask them to give, for example, 1 kilo of something or 2 kilo, so that they are using different tools to measure. Here we can see he is using a measuring scale to measure the oranges. So this is a tool he is using to measure the weight. Here we can see different types of tools that are used to measure the weight. We can see a scale. This is an old type of scale. This is another kind of scale. We have numbers. We can see exactly how heavy is an object is. This is an electronic scale. Sometimes we are standing on it to take our, even this one we can see in the pharmacies. We are taking our own weight. Also in hospitals we can see this kind of scale. People weight themselves by this scale, and there is another kind of scale here. So all these tools are used to measure the weight, to see how heavy or light an object is. Okay, let's turn to page number 17. Scientists not only measure the properties of objects, they also observed. And how do we observe the properties of matter? By looking at it with our eyes, by touching with our hand. We can even smell with our nose. We have to use our different senses to observe the properties of different objects. Like I've got some vegetables here, I can look at their color, I can look at their shape, their size. I can touch and feel exactly how is their textures. And what is texture? Texture is how something feels. Sometimes you feel something and it feels so soft, like a doll, some fur. We will discuss in detail in a while. Uh, so let's read here. You can observe the size, the color, and the shape of an object. We can see by our eyes. What is the size? For example, I can see tomatoes are small and cauliflower is a bigger than tomato, and I can see their color. I can see the chilies and the tomatoes, they have same color, they are red. Even I can see here this leafy vegetable and these beans, they are of the same colors, but their shape is different, their size is different. So I can see their size, their color, their shapes. And important thing is I can see their texture. And what is texture? That we are going to study today. Texture is how something feels. When you touch it, how does it feel? An object may feel soft, it may feel smooth, it may feel rough or bumpy. We can understand about the textures by seeing the opposite of it. Like soft and opposite is hard. Like here we can see soft. The cotton is soft and wood is hard. If you can touch, you touch it, you see it's hard and it's soft. Similarly, I have got two opposites here, smooth and rough. You can see like plastic, it's smooth, and I don't see if have given, they have given rough, but it's not very clear. We are going to see in the next slides how the rough looks like. I can show you from maybe like tomato is smooth, the skin is smooth if you touch it, but you don't feel onion that smooth, or even you don't feel that see this vegetable, this is artichoke, it's not even that smooth, it's rough. Now let's see some of the texture in a closer view. This is the cotton. You can already see that so soft. Even sometimes you have the stuffed toys. These are so soft to touch. Now let's see the opposite of soft. What's the opposite of soft? It's hard, just like stones, just like wood. If you touch it, you can feel it so hard. Similarly, we can see two opposites, smooth and rough. You can see this ball so smooth and this one is rough. If you touch it, you feel scratching in your hand. So we can see example of two smooth things. See, this shell is so smooth, and you can see this dessert also, jelly, this so smooth. But the opposite is rough. It could be like these rough stones. Just imagine if you put your fingers over it, you will feel so scratching. So this is rough. You don't feel nice when you rub your hand over rough things. Then this is bumpy. When something is coming out of this, like you can see these things, they are anything when it's coming out, you call this surface bumpy. That means there is something coming out of their skin or some surface. This is called bumpy. Now let's compare some vegetables. I'm going to see look at their colors, I'm going to look at their shape, I'm going to look at their textures. For example, I've got red chili here and tomatoes here. Let's see the color. Is it same? Yes, both of them are having same color and it's red. But is the shape same? No, the tomato is round and the chili is long and flat. So they are having different shapes. What about the texture? Do they have same texture? The same feel when I touch them? No, I see that tomato is smooth and the red chili is rough. So this way, using these words, smooth, texture words, the color words and the shape words, I can compare any of these vegetables.